Hey everyone, it is the Angry Honey Badger here, and it is time for Patch Notes 419. And of course, with me we have Bonus content. How you doing, Bonus?
I'm amazing.
He's amazing, which is good. So, this is Patch 419. This would actually be the final patch of
Hopefully
of regular season of Season 4. There could technically be another patch. There's a few reasons why they won't do it. A, it'll be Patch 420. Which would make potheads happy, so they won't do that. And then the other reason is because it's the end of the regular season, so the next patch would just be pre-season patch 5, probably 0-1. So those are the reasons, and those are all the seasons. So this is patch 419. Regular season, of course, ends on the 11th of November, so like a week. And yeah.
But they did extend it last season, so that's just something to keep in mind.
They may, but be prepared. So if you're trying to play ranked, go play ranked. If you don't care, then go play league. Yeah. Pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cover the patch, and we're gonna talk about some of the changes that are coming up, and we're gonna let you know if they are game breakers, or necessary, or interesting, or whatever. We just kind of give you our input. I know a few people lately in the comments have been getting angry because they're like, you just read it and then say if it's good or not. I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point of it. So. Yeah, because some people don't know how to react to patches. I know previously in the past, some people have they just get so angry at a patch for no apparent reason. They're like, oh, they nerfed Riven. Well, yeah, there's a reason.
The champion that I used to climb Eagle with is now getting nerfed.
In 1 week, I've moved up 18 divisions. What? Yeah, because it was broken. They needed to nerf it. I've seen that happen. Remember Kha'Zix when he was super broken?
Oh,
anybody could have climbed out of anything.
I don't know. I've seen some stuff.
I've seen some stuff, says Kyle. I've seen some stuff. Yeah. Anyways, moving into the patch, we first are taking a look at Singed, who is getting his rework. Can we say that? Kind of.
Singed.
Yeah. So, in general, visuals have been updated on his models and textures and base skins. New ability icons, new base splash, which is fancy. First off, on his Fling, which is his E ability, if Singed flings a target into his Mega Adhesive Zone, they will be snared for 1 second, which is pretty cool, actually. It actually has a weird counterplay to it now. Instead of slowing and then flipping, you will now throw it usually behind you and then flip them into it.
Which is nice.
It's interesting. It changes them up a little bit. It's kind of cool. They did some bug fixes as well with the Fling and his targets. Because sometimes people will fling in weird directions.
It happened to me I don't know, it was probably 4 out of 5 times that I played Singed a couple games ago.
I used to love Singed, Season 2.
When Singed was proxy Singed, or not even played proxy, but just when he was that strong and that durable, he was a lot of fun to play. But they nerfed him they just nerfed him so hard.
Other champions really started doing fine against him too. There was other champions introduced that dealt with him. So
yeah, Gnar.
Yeah, but Singed is fun. So, and then on his ultimate, which is obviously on the R, his Insanity Potion, the stat enhancement, he's actually going to be getting more ability power late game, and then armor, magic, resist, movement speed, health per 5, and mana per 5. So, a little bit of a buff there, which is good because,
his ultimate was very underwhelming late game.
Yeah, exactly. He was really relying on his items. There's nothing else coming from it. So, yeah, kind of just beefing it up a little bit makes him feel like you do something when you actually press your ultimate. So, some good changes to Singed. I'm happy about him. I like seeing the update. I have Riot Singed as well, so I'll be rocking that skin, and it'll look
I'll be interested to see if they don't come down with, a few more tweaks, because he's still not playable.
I'm expecting
I eat those.
And proxy Singed, a lot of people are but it's unstoppable. No, you bring over your mid laner and your jungler, and he doesn't go anywhere. He dies. So, and that's a kill. So next, we actually have some changes over to the Scion. Big surprises. Not really. So his health per level is actually going to go up 3 points from 70 to 73. Big change, not big change, but change there. Passive, his Glory in Death. They're changing this a little bit. Scion's health decay in passive form now scales with his, instead of 0.5 max health per tick and then 0.4% max tick, it's going to be the champion level 2 times the level tick, increasing by 1.4 times the level tick.
So basically, if you build health, you'll stay alive longer in your after death form.
And I think what they're doing with this off the bat is kind of fitting him into a place where they wanted him initially item build wise. I think a lot of people are building him just a lot of damage, which is interesting, but I don't think it's as effective as just tanky Scion. So this forces that upon you to utilize this more by going tanky.
Well, it just makes it like it makes sense. Like before, it was just percentage health based. So like no matter if you had a lot of health or no health, you stayed alive for the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And so this just, since you gain so much from your passive, like this just makes a whole lot of sense for tanky Scion. It basically almost encourages you to die in the team fight.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Like,
you're,
I guess
be a sacrificial tank.
Yeah.
Like, I love that role actually in League. I love being. That's just why I used to love playing Singed, because you just run around and be a dick and pray that they would focus you while they all die. So, but yeah, that's what they want you to do with Scion. They also are some bug fixes on this for his death and for York helping him. Some good bug fixes. So that definitely helps him out as well. Pretty small stuff, but still necessary and needed to be extinguished. And then on his Q, Decimating Smash, mana cost on that is going to be reduced a little bit. It was pretty costly. He would run out of mana pretty quick in lane, but it does decent damage. So there was a trade-off there, but a small reduction probably helped him a little bit. All crowd control types now correctly refund Decimating Smash's cooldown by 2 seconds when they interrupt Scion while he is charging it up, so that's good too. And then Yelling and Smashing. Scion now properly cast Decimating Smash immediately after Roar of the Slayer, which there was a weird delay. It didn't, because I tried it a couple times and it felt, I was like, I'm trying to cast. It just doesn't feel like it. So good tweak there. Also on his Soul Furnace, they have mana cost change there. Once again, coming down 5 at each rank, helps him out a little bit. And then the passive health gain is actually going to be now 10 on large monsters instead of just 8, which is good. Small change, but still helpful. What they really want you to do, obviously, too, this helps out with his passive. They want you to tank up. They want you to be that big health nonsense. So, and then his Roar of the Slayer. Cost on that actually is going up a little bit, but I don't think that's a huge deal.
Not at all.
It's made up for in his other ones, but on what it is, it doesn't matter. Knockback minions are no longer invulnerable to damage while in flight, but can be killed before landing unless Scion casts Smite on them. So, kind of an interesting change there, but kind of cool.
They're moving in the right direction if they want him to be that pure tank, like that, as you said, sacrificial tank. Like this is the right direction, but he's still not that good of a champion.
I think building him as a sacrificial tank makes him better though.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he contributes as much. Like, granted, damage is good, cool, but I think you miss out on some crowd control frontlining.
Well, you're very reliant on hitting your ultimate, your alt CQ combo when you're building damage, because if they have any damage at all and you're squishy and they focus you at all, you just die immediately. And then it's very easy to kite Singe when he's in his passive, like his Glorian Death. So.
Did you say Singed or Scion?
Or Scion.
Okay.
In his passive.
Maybe.
No, I think I said Singed.
Yeah.
But I meant Sion.
Sion. Yeah, I agree. One thing too, though, I have to completely agree with on that is the fact that he is really reliant on hitting his ultimate. If you don't, he really doesn't bring anything crazy. So no game changers. And
you have to charge up your Q for what, 3 seconds full before it hits? Like, how often in team fights is it just gonna stay in that little spot for 3 seconds?
It's like you need to come in hard with your ultimate and pray like a Sona's there to flash ulti to back you up while you charge. Like, it's like, I need you to use some CC before I can land more CC, which in certain situations it works, but you have to run a really heavy CC comp. Maybe you have a Leona with you on your team. That would be a good combo. She could follow up. But yeah, I agree. It's he can
I don't
work,
like any champion that has
perfect.
to rely on other champions to be effective.
Yeah, Yasuo's one of those champions that's like that.
That's what separated good Yasuos from bad Yasuos, though. Like, the good Yasuos could get their own knockups.
Yeah.
And the bad Yasuos relied on Malphite or Vi.
Yeah, they did. Or or epic flays. So
Yeah, or epic plays.
But yeah, I agree. It's Scion's in an interesting spot. I think he can be fun, and I think if you play that tanky frontliner and you are playing with your friends and you can build a team comp that helps synergize heavy crowd control, so everybody sticks around and you like AOE crowd control comp, I think that would be amazing. That'd be great. But it's not perfect yet, but Scion's at least way better than he used to be. So
someone actually mentioned they have a very high success rate hitting Q. And I was like, well, do they run backwards or side to side? And they're like, oh, they run away from me. I was like, oh, well, what division are you in? Because that sounds very dumb. Why don't you just take one step to the side?
yeah.
Because it's not that wide.
No, it's not. You can get out of it while he charges it. You can tell he's doing it. So, I mean, the first time I played against Scion in top lane against him, I got hit by a couple of them because I just wasn't used to the animation. Then, like, 2 minutes in the game, I was like, well, I'm just dodging them all now. It's just, you can see it coming. It takes too long to actually cast it to get the full effect, so changes to him. Next, though, we do have Fidiles Desile Sticks on his ultimate, which is, of course, his Crow Storm bug fixed. We're rapidly spamming a basic attack at the very end of Crow Storm's channel, sometimes cause the ability to go on cooldown without casting or appearing to be on cooldown in the HUD. Interesting.
I haven't ever ran into that.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Well, whatever. Good fix, whatever. It's a bug fix. We like those. Next is on Janna. Actually changed to her Zephyr. The cooldown on it will now just be 12 seconds at all ranks. It will not be decreasing in cooldown. Not a huge deal in some ways because you will be building cooldown reduction on Janna because that's what you do. Her items that you build have that. So you will be getting it reduced. But, I mean, it now won't go down to like 4 seconds, 5 seconds, which is
a lot.
But she's really strong if you're really good, but
for the ability, it's very good.
I still maintain though that if you don't play Janna right, she's terrible. But if you play her well,
I still maintain that it's very hard to play Janna correctly, and I see a whole bunch of Jannas played because of worlds and stuff, and it's giving me the heart attacks.
Because bad ones, or why?
It's making me the muy sad.
Muy sad.
Yes.
Kyle is triste.
Yes.
Get all over myself.
Sad. So this makes sense for good Jannas, but this is just going to even hamper bad Jannas even more.
Well, that's why you shouldn't play Janna if you're bad. So take note, if you're bad at Janna, don't play her. Good. I'm glad we got that over with.
Yeah.
Next change is coming to LeBlanc. Passive, which is her mirror image, flashing no longer de-stealths LeBlanc, and her clone when mirror image is triggered. Okay. Thank you,
It's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, it's just kind of there. Next change is actually happening to the Lucian. We're going to see a different change to his Ardent Blaze. The attack damage ratio on it of 0.3 is going down to 0.0. And then the movement speed bonus on it is not going to be 40 at all ranks. It's actually going to go from 40 to 60. So he loses the damage ratio on it. It's being removed, meaning it's not going to do any damage, which it never really did. But he's going to get a movement speed bonus, increasing as the ranks obviously continue on. And then the culling, the cooldown on it is going up a crazy amount. A little bit early, but mostly max rank. It's just, wow. It's a lot. He can't clear waves with it quite as often, meaning sieging.
Well, 50 seconds is what, every other wave? Because you're like the typical build now, you have cooldown reduction with Yomama Blade.
Blade, and, well, not everybody does the Yomama Blade, but yeah, Yomama Blade and CDR Boots gets you at like 30 seconds.
So basically, it's every other wave that you can clear with your ulti. And that just shouldn't be a Lucian strength.
No, it shouldn't be. But But as I've also maintained, late game, your culling is super not amazing, so.
Well, you use it for wave clear, but like,
yeah,
at 90 seconds, you're thinking what, like every fourth wave or fifth wave, maybe even sixth wave.
Well, you have CDR by the time you put that many points into it, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, every third or fourth.
Well, like from 50 seconds to, what was it, 35 with cooldown? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Something like that.
It needed to be done.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Lucian's still super strong. It's his passive, as I said in his build video, and everybody was like, oh, I still don't think Lucian's good. And I was like, well, his passive's stupid, so it's insane. Can you kite? Good. They're dead. Yeah. Lucian. Next, Pantheon changes to the Grand Skyfall. They actually just did a bug fix on it. We're rapidly spamming the base attack on the Hunt with cooldown. Same thing as the Fiddlesticks thing. So,
once again, never seen that.
never really seen that. Yeah, it must be something weird. I don't know.
Not my Rise.
Next change coming to potentially the most overpowered champion in the game currently, which is Rise.
Yo, easily.
Well,
who else is even close?
We just say potentially so people don't get as butthurt in the comments.
Who else is even close? Can you think of anybody?
I still think Maokai's kind of stupid. And no, I'm not going to say Rumble. Rumble works against certain matchups, but yeah, he does to a certain degree. I agree with that, but just because he's a counter doesn't mean I know that just because Rise can kill Maokai early and counter him doesn't mean that Maokai isn't stupid against almost everybody else.
Oh, I agree, but I don't know.
Yeah,
he's pretty dumb.
No, he's very strong. He's very strong. But what they're doing is they're changing his Q. The basic magic damage on that is being reduced, which is good. I mean,
20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
It's a good amount, but he can spam it a lot early. Really, which is why he can get ahead. And it hurts. So yeah,
it does hurt.
He hurts a lot, so that's why they're saying changes to him. I don't think this will ruin him, but this will definitely deter a handful of people from playing him, because your early game, it is now about getting to that late game more so. Because, I mean, we all know he's insane late game, which is why he's great as well, but his early game isn't bad by any means. It's okay if a dog barks, Kyle. It happens. Anyways, next we have a dog. Warwick is next. And
Fiddlesticks change.
Fiddlesticks change. Yeah, it's the ultimate Fiddlesticks change, so... Nailed it. See him nailed it? He nailed it. And then, of course, we have Zagillion.
This is my favorite change of the whole patch.
So, on his passive, heightened learning effects allies within 1500 range. It's not global anymore. So, not everybody's getting their experience. This is kind of one of the reasons why he's a high priority pick too. It gets everybody slightly ahead of the enemy team. What's better than getting to level 2 1 minion before the enemy? What's better than getting to level 6 half a wave ahead of the enemy? It's great. His ultimate is still amazing with insanely good team coordination or with a really good Zillion player. So
many people use it so badly.
And this is one reason why I'm glad they're doing this, because this will hopefully get people to not play him. Because so many people are so bad at putting it on the wrong target, putting it on themselves, or when they're playing against him, last hitting the person with it on them and then giving them 900 health when they would have just sat at 30. And it's the most annoying and frustrating thing ever. It is like the biggest of the bronze plays ever when people do that, even if you're not bronze. Like, God, that's terrible. I get so upset.
You want to use, obviously, your ultimate on a high priority target like an AD carry or a mid champion, or like an assassin if you have like a Kha'Zix or a Rengar in the jungle, but like you don't want to die before you can use it as well. You just need
But your positioning would be terribly wrong if that's happening.
Yeah, they put themselves in such a terrible position because they know that they have their ultimate, and it's just like
your ultimate isn't for you to come back and do nothing, because your ultimate, like, I dropped a bomb. Oh, I'm getting focused. I better ult myself. Come back to life, and then you die. Like, what did you do that team fight? You dropped one bomb. Cool story. Like, a minion can do that damage for us if we need it. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's not helpful as support Zillion. Like, your positioning needs to be immaculate to get your ultimate off on a very important target on your team. So, it's...
Gotcha, dang it.
I really hope Zillion disappears. I don't mind Zillion as a champion, and he's fun to watch on high caliber play. But bad people who play him or play against him, it's a struggle, man. It really is.
I love this. This is one of those things that's just a global ulti that needed to be taken out. Or like a global
ability
thing. Like as a passive in the game.
What's left in the game is global now.
Soraka heal.
And Shen
ulti.
And that's
but
it.
Shen ulti, like, those are both like targeted, I guess. Like, they're not like always there kind of a thing.
That's true. They're not.
Like,
I mean, but they have gotten rid of other global things. Like TF ult was global at one point. Pantheon ult was global at one point.
Gosh, those were the days.
Those were the backdoor TF was the most insane thing ever.
Who needs an Ooter when we have TF?
Yeah. That's when ADTF was better. Because he's like, by the way, everybody's top. I'm going to go take all their towers in bot lane with this massive wave.
Oh, yeah.
And then Pantheon ganks were just more insane. I mean, they're good now still because he can still jump halfway across
You could
lanes.
show in top lane and then kill bottom lane.
Exactly. So vision control is not even possible. So you can't even ward his blue buff and be like, maybe he'll gank from his blue into lane. No, it's like he's ganking from where the hell he wants. He just purchased that lane. He's standing in his base. Just gank from there. So those were the days. But those are the champion chambers. There are a lot of Splash updates. That's in preparation for just all the new pretty look of League of Legends that's coming up. So we have new splashes for Blitz, Ez, Grog, Graves, Janna, Jarvan, Kale, Rango, Rumble, Sigund, Shagago, Shm, Talon, Trizd, Udyr, Viger, Wukong, Zhibin.
What's your favorite new skin out of these?
Splash?
Yes.
I haven't looked at this one. Let me look at it quick. It's Shaco. Not that I'm gonna like it.
There is a right answer.
Is there?
Yes.
There's a couple I really like.
Rumbles is my favorite.
I was gonna say Rumbles is good. Jarvan's isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I really I'm gonna be honest. I think Ezreal's is a step in the right direction for Ezreal. I think Blitzcranks is cool actually.
Okay, now which one's the worst? And there is a right answer. There's actually two that are terrible, in my opinion.
Hold on, I have to open them. I haven't seen them in 2 weeks.
And my two worst are Tristana and Wukong.
Woo's is really different. I think people aren't ready for that. I actually don't think Shen's is that amazing. I think it's cool, but I don't think it's amazing. Talon's isn't that amazing either.
I guess I just like
Tristana's is just weird because Tristana's is just weird though because hers is so old. Viger's is actually really cool. I don't actually mind Wukong's really, to be honest. And Zillion's is nifty.
Well, they're all a step above.
I think Shaco just looks really weird. He looks.
I mean, they tried to make him look too much like a Batman character.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So, anyway.
Jungle, Crest of the Ancient Golem, and Blessing of the Lizard are renamed. From Crest of the to Crest of Insight and Crest of
Cinders. So, just bring stuff next.
I'm really not excited about some of the jungle changes for next season.
Oh my gosh, look at this Victoria skin.
Oh, look, it's the Victoria skin.
I apologize to everyone that's not gold because this looks amazing.
I don't think it looks that cool in game though.
I like how they have I don't like
it.
how they don't have Jarvan, but I like how they have Janna and Elise's glass painting. Do you see that in the back?
Mm-hmm.
That's just really cool. I wish they could have fit Jarvan somewhere in there. But
his crown is right here in the front.
no, that's just the Victoria's crown, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, it might be Jarvan.
Maybe it is. Yeah, I think it might be.
I think it's
the Splash is nifty. I agree. She was an important champion this season.
And the effects, her ability effects on the skin are really cool.
Are they? Because the skin itself a while ago
it's kind of blah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when they first came out with it. They've done a lot of work to it since it first came out.
Good, because it looked really blah.
Really blah. Yeah. It's very blue, purple.
Yeah.
Blue.
That's happening. So changes to suggestive players. Actually, that's good. It suggests a lot of other crazy stuff. It was too much. Patcher improvements, also always good.
What I don't like about the suggested players is if you invite someone, people from their friends list become available.
Yes.
Under suggested players. I get invites from people that I have I've never heard before, and it's like, oh, well, they were friends with this person who got invited to this game, who was also friends with this person.
I get a lot of invites because they were friends with other friends. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so it says I can invite the Angry Honey Badger. Cool.
Yes, please.
Not that it's a huge deal, but it's like, who's this? And it says that they're a friend of your friend, and you're like, but do I know them? I don't know if I've played with them, so
yeah,
it's kind of scary. Store improvements. Cool.
That's
Changes.
good.
Changes. Always good. Upcoming skins. I'm excited about this one. I might actually get this skin.
I was actually surprised that this isn't part of the Harrowing or whatever it's called.
Me too. But I think it looks super cool.
It does look really cool. In game, it looks really cool. It kind of almost, to me, it reminds me too much of Karthus, but like it still looks really cool.
It's reminiscent of that, but yeah, it's cool. So, Soul Reaver, or Reaper Soraka, Soul Reaver. Don't know where that came from. Anyways, I'm obviously super intoxicated, but
wow,
I'm not.
Just throwing that out there, guys.
Just throwing it out there. It's been a long day.
They need to lay off this helmet. They need to lay off Magneto. Look at the Talon skin. Like, he's going to assassinate Magneto again.
Yeah, I don't like the Talon. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Actually, the Kale one is really underwhelming, too, to me.
Yeah, I thought it was Jarvan the first time I saw it.
The circle ulti thing is weird. Does that mean her toe is targetable?
That's not blocking anything. I'll still shoot you in the face.
Yeah. At least I think she looks more like a woman now. People always used to think Kale was a dude.
Until they came out with unmasked Kale.
Yeah, that helped. But, I mean, I don't know. Breastplate.
And then everybody's like, oh my god.
Specific booby breastplates, let alone the figure. Hips and tiny waist.
Yeah.
Definitely
Good job, Riot.
GG Rito. But yeah, that's the patch. Not a lot of crazy stuff, but definite changes.
Well, since the season's coming to a close, you can't expect big changes before they come out with a preseason patch.
Yeah. So,
which that'll be a long one.
It will be quite large. It'll explain a lot of different things, which is necessary when change occurs.
Yes.
Nailed it. But yeah, that's the patch. Let us know what you think about some of the changes. I think a lot of good ones, actually. I can't think any that I'm like, oh, that was a dumb change. I think at this point, since we're this late in the season, it's the tweaks that champions needed. A couple decently drastic ones, but they were needed. Like the cooldown on the Lucian and things like that, and the global passive.
And the Rise.
And the Rise thing. So, a lot of good changes. We'll see what the next season brings us. I'll be making videos specifically about season changes probably soon. The other thing I also do, although I know at this point in the video, like, there's 10 people watching probably, I avoid making tons of build videos. Nice, Kyle. I avoid making tons of build videos at this point because they will be redundant immediately. So, it's like a weird layover period.
I've been doing, like, the counters and
there's
quick tips and stuff lately.
And I have some ideas from other videos, and maybe we'll start looking at those bronze commentaries. So
I'm excited for that one.
I bet you are. Maybe you'll guest or something for fun.
No. I'd be too mean.
Yeah, that's what I want. Someone has to say it, Kyle. Well, let it be you. Yeah, but that's going to be patch notes. Let us know down below. Check out Kyle in the descript and all that fun jazz. And until the next patch notes, or changes or whatever, we'll just see all of you guys later. Have fun.
Later.
Bye.